Hello and welcome back to a double stitch creations tutorial. This is tutorial part 2 of our basic doll pattern. In the first tutorial we made some eyes, and the reason we made the eyes first is just because we make the body and the head as one, and it's much easier to attach the eyes before you close the head, so you want to have them made and ready to go. Today we're going to be working on the arms, and while we don't need the arms to make the body and the head, it's just easier to have them done and ready to go as well. So that's going to be what today's tutorial is. So what you need for today is just your 8-ply. I'm using 8-ply wool. You could be cotton or acrylic, whatever you prefer. So just in a skin color of your choice. And we will need 3.5mm hook, a tapestry needle, a pair of scissors, and not essential but you might find it handy is a stitch marker. Alright, to do the arms, and find the end of my yarn here, which is in a bit of a tangle. Always in a tangle. Alrighty, okay, we're going to start with a slip knot. So for those who are beginners, I recommend that you start this way. If you are familiar with crochet, definitely use the magic circle. I find that once I got the hang of it, I find that a lot easier to do. But this way works just as well. So we're doing a slip knot. I always leave a tail. I wrap it around my finger twice. I grab the back loop and I pull it over the front loop. I once more grab the tail and I wrap it in front of the loop that is still on my finger, and I grab the back loop and pull it over the front loop. And now you have this slip knot that you can put on your hook and pull tight as needed. And the way I hold my yarn is I hook my pinky in here like this. I turn, my pointer comes around under the yarn, and then my index finger and my thumb lightly hold my work close to the hook. And this is our working yarn. The pointer is keeping the tension, but it's not tight. So we're going to chain 2. So in crochet it's called yarn over, but you're putting your hook under that yarn, under that working yarn, you're hooking it and you're pulling it back through the loop on your hook. That's 1. And doing it again, that's 2. So now you have 2 chains on your hook. Alright, so the pattern will say to put 6 single crochets into the second chain from our hook. So here's our hook and here's our first chain, so that V stitch, and here is our second chain. You can't crochet into the first chain from the hook because it's just going to undo. You want to put it in the second, so you just follow the tail through that and slip knot at the end, and just pull out the bottom loop of the chain. And you can pull that tighter later, but this just shows you where to put your single crochet. So we're putting all 6 single crochets into this chain space. So going in to that chain we just made a bit bigger, putting hook into that chain, yarn over, pulling up a loop, so you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. That's your first single crochet. Into the same space, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both. That's 2. We want to do 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you can pull this tight. Now we're going, that's our first round down. We're going into the second round now, and we're going into the first stitch of the round, and each stitch has a front loop and a back loop, and we want to put our hook under both those loops. And we're again doing single crochets, and this time we're going to put 2 single crochets into this same stitch. So that's 1. Now I'm doing another one in exactly the same space, and then we're moving on to the next stitch, and we're just going to do 1. all single crochets. Now we're doing 2 into the next stitch, and then 1, then 2, and then 1, and we should have 9 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to pause here and we're going to weave in our end. So grabbing the end from the middle, pulling it nice and tight to close the hole, close any gaps, and then we're just touching our tapestry needle, and we're just going to weave it in and out. Just in and out on the inside of your work, back and forth, just making it nice and secure so it can't come undone. Once you're happy with that, you can trim it. And now we're going to begin round 3. Okay, we're up to round 3. And for this round, we're just going to do 1 single crochet into every stitch around for the 9 stitches. And then we're going to just continue doing that until we have all up 13 rounds, counting the 2 that we've just done. So this is round 3, so we're doing 1 single crochet into every stitch around for the 9 stitches. Now, if you want, you can put your stitch marker in here, and when you get back to your stitch marker, you know you're at a new round. Or you can just count it when it's just small. I tend to just count it, but that's up to you. Okay, so once you do this round, you want to go ahead and do another 10 rounds, just like this. So doing 1 single crochet into every stitch around, and for another 10 rounds, and that will complete your first arm. So we're just doing 1 single crochet into every stitch. We're going to just repeat this until we have all up. There'll be 13 rows counting from the bottom, but since we've already done 3, we just need to do another 10, and I will get back to you at the end of that and to finish off our arm. Okay, just finished round 13. So if you count from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. And what we want to do here is just squeeze the 2 sides together, and we're just going to single crochet both sides together. So I'm going through this side and right through to the other side, just like that. Yarn over, pulling the yarn back through both sides, and then yarn over, pull through both. And you just want to single crochet all the way across, making sure you're getting both sides. And once you're happy with that, cut your yarn, leaving a tail so that you can attach it to your doll. And I always like to attach different parts of my toys twice, so I usually sew it twice. And then you just yarn over and pull that yarn all the way through. So what you want to do is now go ahead and make the second arm exactly the same, and I will get back to you once at the end of that. So there we have our 2 arms, and you should have your 2 eyes, and they're all ready to go. So we'll just put them aside, and in the next tutorial we will start working on our doll's legs, which will then become the body and the head Alright, hope you are enjoying this tutorial so far, and I will see you in the next tutorial where we'll start working on our doll's legs. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.